So welcome to the Division III October webinar. We're here today to talk about the Division III diversity grants, and I'm happy to give you all a quick overview. My name is Lamar Pottinger. I serve as the Associate Director here at the NCAA for Leadership Development. I've been here now for almost 3 years and has had the privilege to work with the diversity grants all 3 years of my brief time. Today is a really simple agenda. I want to be able to give you all a quick overview of the 3 grants that we'll offer this year, and then really open it up for questions and answers to get some of your questions out so that you all can be properly prepared to submit a proposal here within the next couple of months going into January. So Simon Sinek, right, talks about knowing your why, and just wanted to give that same framework here. So we'll start off with what, not why, and go from there. So the Division III diversity grants, from a holistic view, is focused on giving more opportunities to women and ethnic minorities within Division III. So there are 3 grants: the Ethnic Minorities and Women's Internship Grant, their Strategic Alliance Matching Grant, and then our Coaching Enhancement Grant. The Strategic Alliance Matching Grant and the Ethnic Minority and Women's Internship Grant is offered annually, and our Coaching Enhancement Grant is offered every other year. You can see the figures here for each grant, but specifically for our Ethnic Minority and Women's Internship, each year we award around 22 to 23 institutions and or conferences, and they're able to take the funds that we give them, $30,000 now for salaries and wages each year, and then $3,000 for professional development for a 2-year grant to their hired employees. For the Strategic Alliance Matching Grant, it's a little bit different. We have a 3-year commitment from a funding standpoint by the NCAA, and then there's a 2-year commitment after that for the institutions or conferences. So it's a 5-year commitment total. The first 3 years, the NCAA will fund partially, and then the last 2 years is the responsibility for the institution or conference to fully fund that position. The first year will fund 75% of the requested salaries and wages. It's capped out, however, at $55,000. So if your request and then 75% of that exceeds $55,000, you'll only get $55,000 for that request. The second year we'll do 25%, and then or 50%, sorry, and then the last year we'll do 25% towards that position. For our Coaching Enhancement Grant, it's a 2-year grant, and what we do on our side is we provide $7,500 of funding, $1,500 for professional development, and then it's up to the institution to match that $7,500 from the NCAA. So the applications opened last week, Monday. They are on ncaa.org. I believe there'll be probably a link sent out after this, but if you go to ncaa.org and then you go to scholarships, you'll be able to find the grant information for Division III. The proposals span until January 31st. So you have until January 31st to submit a proposal. I highly recommend that if you are serious and interested in writing a proposal and getting a grant, that you reach out to our office at diversitygrants@ncaa.org. The process is similar to a lot of our structure within the governance system. It's a selection committee from Division III. So it's a lot of your peers and colleagues from conference office and institutions that will come together sometime in February or March and review the proposal, score them, and then collectively we'll select those individuals to receive funding for their grants. And then through our office within leadership development, we facilitate and administrate the grants through Division III governance, as they're the ones funding the grants as well. So the why. This year alone, we were able to award um, 28 grants. Out of those 28 grants, we had 10 women and then 18 ethnic minorities that will have opportunities within Division III across both the ethnic minority and women's internship grant and our strategic alliance matching grant. So that is the bigger picture here, right? We want to continue to not only bring great people within the illustrious division of Division III, but we also want to continue to diversify Division III with having great talent. So those individuals will be now in Division III. Some will be in there for 2 years, and then a few will be in there for 5 years. The goal is ultimately for those individuals to go on and continue to be within a Division III institution or conference. I know I see some familiar names on the screen here that have been through either the ethnic minority and women's internship grant or strategic alliance matching grant as well, so they can attest how beneficial this opportunity was for them, not only just to get in college athletics, but to get in a step into Division III, which, if we're being Division III, is the best division in the NCAA. So like I said, it was going to be quick information here. The website has a lot of information. You can go to our grant guidelines on each page. There's some sample applications on there for you to review and kind of see what those questions are. And then I would encourage you all to go on Program Hub as well to be able to open up, start an application so that you can see what type of questions are being asked before you submit your final proposal. One thing to note as well, just to kind of highlight again, is that all 3 grants do get professional development funds. So it's a major priority that we not only get opportunities for these individuals, but get them professional development opportunities, whether it's at a conference, resources to do the job at a high level, or really taking a unique trip to get some job shadowing or something like that. So we've been very innovative with the professional development, obviously within the last couple of years through the pandemic. So it's a great opportunity, not only just for the administrators, but for the coaches as well, to be able to have some professional development funds to utilize during their time. You give a quick review of the criteria reviewers use to evaluate the proposals. Criteria, so it's kind of hard to say per se criteria. They're reviewing each question, so I won't go in depth of each question on the application. What I can say is that the main there's a couple of main drivers in the questions, right? A big one is, why does your institution or conference want this grant, right? How will you utilize, or how will it benefit your institution or conference? That's a huge question that the selection committee will look at and try to see what the why is, right? As I referenced earlier. The other part is what type of financial background or backing is the institution or conference providing in addition to what the NCAA is giving. That plays a significant factor in the criteria as well, just to see what type of I say effort you all are putting towards funding it from the institution and conference side. So those are 2 main criteria. I will also say that this isn't a grant where you have to write a lot, right? That it's an application, so you have some questions that you have to answer. You have to submit an org chart, and then also the job description. Be thorough in the job description and make sure that it's detailed and makes sense, right? And then also be thorough in your answers to the questions that are within the application. A lot of times we receive proposals that don't have any depth at all in the answers and has a good job description, but that's just not good enough when we're having to evaluate several different really good proposals. Appreciate your time today. Like I said, it was a quick overview over our 3 grants. More information on the website within the grant guidelines. Really hope to see your applications come through this fall, and look forward to reviewing and selecting some of you all in the spring. Thank you.